Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Speak Black Woman podcast. My name is Quinn Conyers, and I am so excited that you are here with me. If you are brand new to the podcast, let me just explain to you what I do and how we show up and serve. Again, my name is Quinn Conyers, and I broadcast the brilliance of Black women in business. I show you how to turn conversations into cash so you can profit from public speaking, even if no one is paying you up front. I personally believe that you need to be incorporating public speaking and presenting into your business if you want to be not just successful, but super successful. Your voice literally is a whole vibe, and how you incorporate your voice as an author, as an entrepreneur, as a service provider, as a content creator could be the reason why people decide to do business with you or not. So I am just curious, if this is your very first time catching the Speak Black Woman podcast live, go ahead and put first time in the comments. However, if you have been rocking and rolling with me, it's been a year, y'all. If you've been rocking and rolling with me since last March, or this is your second or your third episode, you are officially family. So that means you are a part of the tribe. So go ahead and put tribe in the comments. So we can go ahead and do this. So I see a hello. I see a hello. All that good stuff. Thank you so much for saying that. And listen, hold on. Texting. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Oops. So I'm glad that you are here. Hey, Robin, congrats to you. I always see you out here literally investing in yourself. I just know that you went through a storytelling workshop, which I want to know. So we have to catch up on that. Well, I definitely had a guest. Hopefully she can join us, but I keep the party started with or without the people. So we were going to be talking about literally how you can make sure that your website is not just pretty, but it goes beyond that. But my guest isn't here. So guess what? You know that I am going to really, really be intentional about making sure that you're still getting some information. Here's what you need to know. Number one, the Speak Black Women podcast airs every Wednesday at 4:00 live. And then if you want to catch the replay at your leisure, that is cool. As well as if you have an Android or an iPhone, you can absolutely positively listen at your leisure by going to the app, downloading the app on your phone. That way you can listen to the Speak Black Women podcast. And it really is a great platform. So Danielle, there's a link that you need to have, Danielle, for you to go in and me to interview you. Hold on for 1 second. I'm not sure why you don't have this link, but yeah, there should be a link. Okay, hold on, for example. Hold on. Jeez. Okay, hopefully this goes through. Danielle, check your email, not your professional speakers one, but your Danielle something. I don't know. Jeez. Okay. Hold on for a second, Danielle. Let me get you together. Hold on. Guys, be very patient with me. Our guest, Danielle, is trying to get on. And I'm going to make this work for her because this is what we do. You gotta be flexible in these streets. All right, so I just sent you the link, Danielle, that you can join me via StreamYard. We should be able to go from there. And we're going to talk about why your website just can't be pretty, but how it has to be functional. And you need that as a speaker and you need that as an entrepreneur. Special hello to Miss Sheila Bryan. I see that you are here. Glad that you are here as well. And we are going to be ready to go. So here's what you need to understand, what you need to know. Hey, D, congratulations on your magazine cover. Mark the date. I want you guys to mark the date right now. March 26th, March 26th, we are hosting a Speak Black Woman birthday party. Can you believe that it's been a year since the Speak Black Woman brand movement has launched? Literally a year. This time last year, I was literally sitting in a braid shop getting my hair braided, preparing for a pandemic as if I was about to have another child. And I birthed not Melon at the mic. That's a whole thing I'm gonna talk to you about in just a second. But we have our special guest here, Miss Danielle Tucker. Hey girl, hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Good. You look nice and radiant and enthusiastic.
Thank you. I've got the ring light set up. I am ready for our conversation, Quinn.
Awesome. So listen, this is Danielle Tucker, a friend of mine, someone that I love and adore. She is a powerhouse and she is on a mission to really transform your website. And what we have realized through our time together, as well as our conversations, that many of us as speakers, many of us as entrepreneurs, we have really good websites, but they're not functional. They're pretty, they're looking good, but literally they are not serving its purpose. So for those of you who are brand new to Danielle, or like they don't know who you are, or they don't know anything about professional speakers' websites, tell them, who are you and how do you show up in this world?
Yes. So, hello, everyone. My name is Danielle. I'm the founder of Professional Speaker Websites, where we strategically design luxury websites for speakers, entrepreneurs, and executive leaders who are ready to elevate their brand and empower themselves to get booked to speak. I'm originally from Pensacola, Florida, grew up going to a private school. And when you think of a private school, you think of, okay, this person had access to a lot of really great opportunities. They must have just had it made. But for me, it was actually the complete opposite. I found that going to this school, I was one of a few children of color. And on top of that, I was also in a very competitive environment that forced me to, instead of embracing the opportunity of going to a private school, I found myself shrinking and losing my confidence. And it wasn't until the moment that I realized that instead of shrinking and hiding myself to please others, that confidence and showing up and showcasing my strengths was the pathway to really make sure that I make the biggest impact in the world. And that's exactly what I empower my speakers and my clients to do with their website, is to make sure that they feel confident with what they have and that they are showing up to the best of their ability. Because when you feel confident, you show up differently, you book different types of engagements, and you really empower yourself to serve the people that you are called to serve in the best way that you can.
I love it. And I know we're talking about speakers, but I also believe that if you're an entrepreneur, speaking needs to be a part of your business as a lead generation, marketing strategy, or revenue stream. So why luxury website? You know, I love that word, luxury. Why
Yes.
have a website that I do myself? I go through GoDaddy or Wix and I just play around. Why do I need a luxury website? Explain why, or what's the difference? What's the difference between
Yes.
a regular website and a luxury website, which is what you do?
Yeah, so I love to make the distinction between having a basic and boring website in comparison to having a luxury website. There is a very big difference, and the difference lies in how people approach you and how they visualize your brand. Whether we like to realize it or not, people like to judge a book by its cover. And when you are positioning yourself, whether it is as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a speaker, whatever it is that your expertise is, your number one job is to make sure you stop people from scrolling, get them to pay attention what you have to say even before you have a chance to open your mouth.
Mhm.
And the difference between having a basic and boring website and having a luxury website is that a basic website might do like the basics. So like you have your contact form, you say what you do. It's like very surface level to where anybody on the internet could be doing exactly what you're doing with a basic website. But the goal here with having a luxury website is we want to take it to the next level. We want to not just tell people what we do. We want to give them an experience so that they can feel what we do even through a screen. When you can do that, and when you can create an experience with someone without them even meeting you in person, this is what is going to set you apart from someone who has just a basic website to being someone who has that luxury website that creates an experience that is really going to connect with people on a in a personal way that really makes you memorable and makes you stand out as the person that they want to have the conversation with.
Yeah, good stuff. I love that. And You're so right, because people do judge books by its cover, and people are judging your website. It's so funny because I'm always a huge fan of professional development. And I was talking to a woman who I might coach with, and she was like, I love your website, but didn't you tell me that you speak in sneaks? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, you don't have a picture of you speaking in sneakers. I'm like, you're right. I got to change that website. So again, I never thought about it. Like, you know what? There isn't a picture of me. Like, it's a beautiful website. But again, having that experience, like, I just want you to know that when you come, I'm not going to have on heels. I'm not. It's going to be sneakers. So you're so right with like almost your website having a conversation behind your back, and you want it to say like good things. So there's a bunch of different things, but that people can incorporate on their website, especially as a speaker, as a communicator. What are maybe 3 top things that people can take away and they have to make sure that is on their website? Like, it's not like we all know about a contact page, about us, the homepage, speaking services, book me, but let's go a little bit deeper. What are those maybe top 3 things that speakers must have on their website? Like, it's a non-negotiable if they really want to be seen, heard, and booked by either potential clients or potential companies or corporations.
Yes. So the first thing that comes to mind is making sure that you have credibility boosters on your website. So this can be anything from testimonials to having logos from organizations that you had the opportunity to work with or speak with. But you want to make sure that you have content on your website that's going to showcase your expertise and your value. We don't really, like, as people, as humans, we want things to be made very easy for us. And we don't like having to search for things a lot of the time. And so how I like to explain it is that if you can make it as easy as possible for someone to have as much information as they need without having to search like in the back corners of your site or having to like figure things out on their own, just make it super easy for them. That's the ultimate goal that we're going for here. So making sure that you have some credibility booster items on there, such as like testimonials. Video testimonials are really powerful because it showcases emotion. You can see people's personality, and it really creates that personal connection. And then also making sure that you have those logos on your website to really show that you have experience. And even moving forward, if I could give another recommendation on how you can make sure that your website is super strategic for you, I always love to explain to people that there are 3 main things that every website should do. It should inform, it should nurture, and it should guide your people to take a specific action. And without doing those 3 things, you'll find that your website is not keeping people on there for long. You're not getting inquiries through there. And the reason why is because when it comes to a buyer journey, people follow a very steady and predictable pathway. And it's not complicated. It's not hard. But if we don't understand what people are looking for and how to communicate it in a way that they can receive and digest, we'll find that people are just leaving a website, or that your site is not working strategically for you as the website owner. So so that's what I would recommend.
No, that's really, really good tips, really good techniques. And if you guys are just joining us, you just heard from Danielle Tucker, and she is all about making your boring and basic website, and she amplifies it. She illuminates it. She literally takes it from boring to luxury, which I love. And if you are just joining us, again, my name is Quinn Conyers, and I don't think it's important for me just to tell you who I am. I'm going to show you who I am, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk to Danielle Tucker about how you can really elevate your website so it's not just pretty, but it gets you paid, it gets you promoted, and it gets you publicized. So be with us right after this quick video. All right, so that is me, Quinn Conyers, interviewing the lovely Danielle Tucker, and we're talking about how your website just can't be pretty, but it has to be functional, and it has to be able to take customers on or clients on a potential journey. So let's talk about that journey, right? Because most people don't think about it. I have a website, it's up, it's functional. I have a book me page, that's all I need. What type of journey should your website be taking a potential client or customer through when they get there, especially as a speaker?
Yes. So how I like to explain this is to start with the end in mind, because the main goal here is to reverse engineer your website to make sure that it's actually strategically getting you the end result that you want. So think of your website and think of your pages as having as a pathway that has multiple points for you to take a rest or take a pit stop at. So our goal here is we want to take people from point A to point B to point C, to taking that specific action that you as a site owner are wanting them to take, whether that is booking a call on your calendar or completing a contact form. But we can't strategically create a pathway if we don't know where we're going. So I always love to ask this question: how do you want your website to support you as the site owner? What actions do you want people to take specifically on your website to make sure that it is a success for you? And what type of experience are you wanting to create with your website so that people can actually feel that they are engaged with what it is that you're doing? So starting off, if you can answer those three questions, you are well on your way to making sure that you have a website that not doesn't just look pretty, but is actually set up strategically function for you as a website owner and to support and empower your website visitors as well.
Awesome. No, great insight. And I know that you have professional speaker website. There are I mean, you're talented. I mean, you've done Speak Black Woman. You've done some edits on quinconyers.com. So you can work with astronauts. You can work with lawyers. You can work with doctors. You can work with kids. Like, what made you decide to pick speakers as an industry that you wanted to create websites for?
Yes. So when I first started my journey, it really started off with jumping headfirst into leveraging a virtual stage. I started off, my husband and I sold everything we had, booked one-way tickets to South Africa, and essentially launched our business in overseas in another country. And when you do that, you have to learn the ins and outs of growing a brand online, using your voice to connect with people beyond borders that you've never connected with and may not meet in an in-person room. And so in those moments is when I really began to understand the value of my voice and the value of how important it is to really position yourself in the online space and showcase your brilliance in that way. And taking that a step further, when I began to realize just how powerful it was for myself, and then I saw other speakers in the industry who were trying to do it too, I saw a really big gap with people understanding how to position themselves strategically in the online space, but then not only not knowing how to do it, but trying, and then it just wasn't working for them. And so with my skills and understanding of how to do that for myself and understanding how much my voice meant to me and how much confidence is just such an important thing to empower you to take action, I really wanted to help more speakers to see the results that they wanted to and to use their voice in a way that was going to empower them to reach as many people as possible.
Makes sense. Makes absolute sense. So what I want to do is, because I know people are like, I think I need Danielle in my life. We want to take a minute out. I want you to broadcast your brilliance. So if somebody is watching right now and they're like, oh my gosh, I need Danielle to give my website luxury. I need her to add her spin. I need those three things that she mentioned. Where can people go to find about you and your services and how you can really uplift their website?
Yes. So the main place you can find me as is professional speaker websites with an S.com. That is the website. You can go there, check out the portfolio, check out a little bit more about what I do if you want to learn more about my about page. You can also find me on Instagram at professional speaker websites, and then I'm on LinkedIn at Danielle P. Tucker with 2 R's. So that is where you can find me online if you'd like to connect.
Okay, awesome. And Danielle also, she did the Speak Black Woman website. So if you guys go there, I mean, that's her work. You know, I like to bring people on that I work with and who I co-sign, which is amazing. And right now, you know, some people, hopefully nobody thinks this way, but for those people who are like, I'm working on my website, or I know I need to get a website and I'm a speaker, how important is it to have a digital presence? How important is it to have a website as a speaker in 2021? Because at one point, maybe it wasn't as needed and necessary, but maybe it's not now, or maybe it is. Like, what would you feel, especially doing this work? Is a website a nice to have, or is it a non-negotiable as a speaker in 2021?
Yes. So as a speaker in 2021, I would say a website is a non-negotiable to have, and here's why. Because for one, COVID, we've come to a society of being very digitally oriented with online events and things like that. But if we want to take it a step further, even putting the pandemic aside, one of the main places that people look to find speakers is the first thing they do is open Google, they search on social media, and they look to see, okay, who is an expert that can help to solve XYZ problem. So whenever you have so many people who have their smartphones in hand and who are searching for solutions through search engines and social media, not having a website is actually doing you a disservice. And the reason why is because not being found on Google, like you are automatically cutting yourself off from the global, I guess, a whole ton of leads globally that could be ready to hire you. So you've cut yourself off from that. But also, your website can do so much more for you than just to inform people about what you do. It's a really great way to nurture your people, to have video content, to even sell digital courses and products. So let's say if you do any type of training or anything like that, your website will serve as a home base for you to even be able to nurture your people even forward. So I always like to say having a website is a non-negotiable because it does so much more than function as a lead generation machine, even though that is one of the most amazing things that it could do. But it's your home base on the internet. And I think anything that is that powerful should be treated as such.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I call a mic drop moment. Like you heard it first. It's like, it's not a nice to have. And, there is a couple different things that you're working on. I know that I saw a special. Are you still doing that offer where people can work with you, or even your a la carte websites that I saw that you announced with Brian with Black Stickers Network? Is that a service you're still offering?
Yes.
Okay.
So do you want me to share?
Yeah, because I know that you're available for custom websites. So let's talk to people. What's the process if somebody wants a custom website, and then if somebody is like on a budget and they need a presence, but they might not have the investment for a full, custom build? What two options do you provide that can serve these speakers who desperately need your services?
Yes, so there are two very different options that I provide. The first is for custom luxury brand and website design. And what this is a brand and website VIP day. So if you've never heard of a VIP day before, essentially what this is building out your website in one day, a luxury website in one day. It's really powerful, really amazing, because instead of the typical website timeline that most designers have of 30 to 60 days, we compile that all within one day so you can start selling and start leveraging your website strategically in a shorter timeline. Mm-hmm. So that is why I love that. It's very powerful. We've been getting speakers who've been completing their VIP days, and it's just been an absolute blast. So that's the first option for anyone who's looking for a more luxury custom solution. It would be a VIP day. Now, the most exciting, I would say, like the baby of my business, but also really amazing, is my speaker website made easy. So what this is for any speaker who is, let's say you have a tighter budget, but you're still wanting something that looks really professional and is going to support you with having a speaker website up. It would be speaker website made easy. And what this is essentially, you would go to the website, complete your order, and submit your information, and my team will have it built out for you within 3 to 5 days. And the best part about this is that it is a website for only $199 starting off. So that is the second, more economical option for anyone who's looking to get their speaker website up quickly on a budget.
Yeah. And it's always good. You can go to McDonald's and buy, you can get a burgers and fries from McDonald's, but then you can go to a Ruth Chris and get a burger and fries. And it's a different option, right? So I love the fact that you're meeting people where they are, because I really have found that there is no middle ground. It's like the high end, and then there's this like the really, really low end, right? So I'm glad that you're providing, those two options for people. And again, let us know if people are interested in taking an advantage of either your luxury website package or your websites made easy for the $199. Where can people find you?
Yes. So for the luxury website packages, just go to professionalspeakerwebsites.com. That's where you would go for that offer. And then if you want to do the speaker website made easy, which is the $199 website, what you'll do is go to speakerwebsitemadeeasy.com. And then all of the information is there for you to go ahead and start your project and then get that taken care of.
Awesome. Awesome. So I'm just curious. I know you've done a lot of different websites. What has been your fun? Like, I love this. This was a different type. I mean, because there's all different types of speakers, but I mean, was there a certain website or two that really stuck out to you that, oh yeah, I really like doing websites for motivational speakers or faith-based speakers or I don't know, inspirational speakers? Do you have any, ones that really stick out to you that was a joy to work with?
Yes, the Speak Black Woman website. Like hands down.
That wasn't a plug, y'all. I just was
no, but for real. And I will tell you why, Quinn, because one, you are just hilarious and you're just amazing to work with. Like it was just so much fun the whole time. But I think my favorite thing about doing the Speak Black Woman website is we really connected, I think, when you very first started Speak Black Women like a year ago. And from that point all the way to today, and even last year when we were doing the website, I think seeing the progression of like where we started to that point was like a whole journey. And so there is just something about whenever I do a project, I don't just take on any project. I want to, and I invest, like time is like a really high on the love language scale for me. So when I invest my time in communicating with someone or working on a project, I want it to mean something. And so working with you for the Speak Black Woman website was so much fun because I saw the progression of what last March looked like up to that point. And, I've met so many amazing women through the Speak Black Women community. And I knew that this was a movement that was going to be very powerful and very effective for a lot of people. And so I would say that was one of my favorites because of like the meaning that it took for me. And then also the strategy piece of like the behind the scenes of the website is probably like the next best thing that I think I really love about a project. So that was why I choose the Speak Black Woman website.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that and if you guys haven't been to speakblackwoman.com yet, please go to speakblackwoman.com. Like Danielle created that website. But one of my favorite parts that you did is the way you highlight the podcast. By far, like the little images of me, like it was so dope. I was like, yes, because I've just seen people like I've seen websites and it's like podcasts and it's like an image of the podcast like cover and then like a description of the podcast and then when it would come on. Like Danielle literally took like episodes of me doing the podcast and put it on the website. So I'm just like, yes. So I don't know if you have already done this, Danielle, but please mark your calendar. March 26th, we're having a Speak Black Woman birthday party. She's turning 1. She's turning 1 year old. So I definitely want to have you there. I'm going to be talking about the website, of course. I mean, just literally talking about what has transpired in the last 12 months, like between the website, the merchandise, the podcast, Melanin at the mic. I mean, I can't believe it's been 12 months. Like so many things have happened. So I got to have you a part of that conversation. And listen, it is definitely about 30 minutes in. So I always like to honor time. Any last minute words? Hold on. Lisa Stringer has a question. Do you build multifunctional websites, not only for speakers? Yeah. Sorry, Danielle, you can answer that question for Lisa. I'm saying, yeah, I'm trying to get you a client. Go ahead.
Yes. Thank you, Quinn. Yes, I do. So speakers, so anyone, you don't just have to be a professional speaker. If you are a coach, consultant, entrepreneur, an executive leader who leverages your voice as a tool to get your message out there, which is hopefully everyone, or else you wouldn't be in business. But if using your voice especially is a very big part of how you connect with your audience and how you do business, then working with me is going to be a great fit. So again, I just want to mention there's 2 different options. If you want to go more of like the custom luxury route, you can find me at professionalspeakerwebsites.com. And then if you want to go along the speaker website made easy $199 templated website option, just go to speakerwebsitemadeeasy.com and you can learn more information about it there.
Awesome. Well, listen, you heard from Danielle Tucker. She has options for people who are speakers, but also she can do an option for you to build a multifunctional website if you're a coach, a consultant, or an author. She's definitely great at what she does. And we're so excited and honored to have her on the Speak Black Woman podcast. I had mentioned, make sure you guys really watch out your email and watch out in the group, because March 26th, we're having a Speak Black Woman birthday party where we're going to take a walk back down memory lane for the last 12 months and just celebrate all the things that this movement has done. Because literally, if you only knew how this thing started to where we are now, I'm just grateful that so many voices have been elevated and enhanced through this movement. And sometimes it's not even a physical voice, it's a voice of Danielle used her voice to birth the Speak Black Woman website. So her voice is still visible. And I think that's the way that we have to do when we're in this world, this business, this speaking streets together, is to really collaborate and connect, and making sure that, our digital footprint represents us well. Because I couldn't talk about empowering Black women and have a website that was trash, right? We can't do that. So we definitely have to make sure that what comes out of our mouth, our branding, our marketing, transfers over to the digital world. So Miss Danielle Tucker, it's been my pleasure. It's been my honor to interview you here on the Speak Black Woman podcast. You mentioned a couple of times how people can get in contact with you, but for those of people who are catching the replay or just joining us, tell us one more time, where can people go and find Danielle Tucker and learn more about what you have going on and how they can work with you? One more time, let us know.
Absolutely. And thank you so much to you as well, Quinn. I love the Speak Black Women podcast. I'm so honored to have had this conversation with you. I always have so much fun. So as we sign off, one more time, if you want to reach me, you can reach out at professionalspeakerwebsites.com, or you can learn more about the speaker website $199 offer at speakerwebsitemadeeasy.com. Finally, if you want to reach out on social media, just search for Professional Speaker Websites on Instagram, and then LinkedIn. You can find me at Danielle P. Tucker with 2 R's. So I look forward to connecting with everyone.
Okay. Mia Orange says thank you. Lisa says thank you. So good. You heard it first. So again, thank you guys so much for joining this episode of the Speak Black Woman podcast, where we heard the voice of the one and only Miss Danielle Tucker. And make sure you mark your calendar, because each and every Wednesday at 4:00 Eastern Standard Time, we'll have a new episode that will be here in the Speak Black Woman group, as well as on my Facebook page. And if for any reason you can't catch us live, it is okay. Download us in your favorite podcast app, and you can listen at your leisure and hear the voices of Black women in business who are passionate about public speaking. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been my honor and my pleasure to serve you here on the Speak Black Women podcast. I'll talk to you soon.